Welcome to Coaching with Kori. I promised you I would coach you a little tidbit of life coaching from the studio. And look, I'm in the studio. So welcome to Life Coaching with Kori. And I have a topic for you today. Just a little tidbits that I give called brainwashing. Yeah, that's right, brainwashing. Let's talk about that. What is brainwashing? Have you ever heard that term, brainwashing? Washing your brain, changing your thoughts and your patterns. Let's do it for the good. Let's do it for the good of you. Let's brainwash you to get you where you really should be, where you desire to be. Have you ever had thoughts of, I'm not good enough, or, the negative thoughts? Let's change those. Let's decide that everything we do that's good is celebrated. Because the more you do the celebration of the small things that are good, the bigger those small things get to becoming bigger things that are good. So, and that is part of the washing of the brain, changing the actions that you do and celebrating them, recognizing them. Don't take anything for granted. If you are walking by and if you're walking through a door and someone's behind you and you hold the door open for them, celebrate that. That was kind. That was a good deed. Don't just take it for granted. And if you are walking to a door and somebody holds it open for you, thank them. I do it every time. I thank them. Thank you for holding the door for me. Because they might just do it and not realize somebody appreciates it, right? Have you ever heard of pay it forward? If you're in the drive-through at a Starbucks or a coffee shop or a drive-through fast food, if you just pay for the person's behind you and say, hey, how much is theirs behind? I want to pay for that. And you just drive off. That person pulls up and is like, oh, thank you so much. They never get to thank you, but it's not about that. It's about the good deed that you did. That's part of brainwashing. You start feeling good. I want to do that again. Think about when you go to a restaurant and you tip. Do you give 10%? Do you give nothing? Do you give 20%? Whatever you give, up at 5%. So if you give 10%, give 15. If you give 20, give 25%. It's not about the economy and I can't afford it. The person that's serving you is probably going through the same thing you are. So just that little extra added to their bill, added to their tip, might be beneficial. It makes you feel good. Do things that cause you to be a better person internally. Because nobody has to know. You don't have to run around telling people, I just gave a higher tip. Who says that? But you feel good about doing it, right? Compliment. When you see someone that has a nice dress on or has a great tie or, has a great hairstyle or you like their car or you like their bike, tell them, that's really nice. Thank you. They'll feel so good because it's a choice they made. You're complimenting people on the choices they made. And again, that's part of you brainwashing your own brain to find the good. It's beneficial for you because you're finding the good in your life. Whether you've done it or not, you're finding the good in your life. Think about that. Brainwash, cleanse it out, find the good so that you can be aware of even more good and you'll desire it. So for those of you who do that, comment below and tell me. Let everyone know I do that. I love doing that. So that's part of the compliments and the edifying and lifting up someone else. What about the loving your neighbor as yourself? What's that mean? Well, first you have to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then that's another category that we need to discuss maybe privately. But when you love your neighbor as yourself and you think of your neighbor as you don't want to see them struggling because you don't want to struggle. You don't want to see them in a bad place because you don't want to be in a bad place. We help our neighbors. We actually have a chain text with some of our neighbors just to make sure everybody's okay if electricity goes out or if everyone's okay if there's a heavy storm. Just love your neighbor as yourself. Again, that's part of brainwashing. You'll tend to realize, would I do that for me? I should probably do that for them. And you'll take the time, because it does take time. That's the only thing you're losing is time. And it's okay if you're losing it for a cause that is greater than you. Okay? So that's love, that's serving others or complimenting others, edifying others. And love comes with service, right? So as you're brainwashing yourself, now we're going to talk about what you speak, the words that come out of your mouth. Because what comes out of your mouth, they say, out of the abundance of the mouth, the heart speaks. What's in your heart comes out of your mouth. So let's brainwash to get that heart right so that the conversation that comes out is edifying, is uplifting, is fruitful. What's in your heart? What's coming out of your mouth? Think about the words that you use. We have a whole society of young adults who say like, and like this and like that. Not even young adults. Some older adults say like all the time. Slow down, figure out what you're going to say, and speak. People are more reluctant to listen to a yapper, somebody who's just talking. But people bend their ear and lean in to people who speak slow and with meaning. Slow down. Because when you start thinking about what you're saying, that again washes your brain. When you think about the words that come out of your mouth and the intentions that they have to the society that you're around, that is part of brainwashing. So now we have love, we have edifying, and we have loving, serving, edifying, and we have the words that come out of our mouth. This is how you brainwash. Now let's talk about what's coming at you. What are you reading? Are you reading? What are you watching? Because everyone's on their phones. What are you seeing in your society? What are you keyed into visually? Because they say the eyes are the window to the soul. What are you taking in here that is getting into your brain that may need to be washed out? Focus on what you're doing. What are you seeing? Read the proper words. Read words of encouragement. Read the Bible. Read edifying books. Read good news in the paper. Whatever news is out there, find the good news. Find things that make you laugh. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. Find things that make you laugh. Watch movies that are funny or edifying or uplifting, even hero movies or overcoming. Even if it's a sad movie, but it has an overcoming ending, you're seeing that people overcome things. Brainwashing. What you see goes into that's your window right here. This is your window. So make sure you are cautious of the scenery that's out your windows, that's out here. So I wanted to share those things with you. What you see, what you speak, what you say, how you serve, those are all brainwashing. You're washing out all the gunk and the impurities. Not that you're going to have this pure brain, this pure thoughts all the time, but you're aware of it, right? The more you do it, the more you're aware of it. And you can block it and say, nope, that's not for me. Cleansing. Think of your brain as a filter, and you're pouring water in, and the water is all the things we just talked about. You're pouring that in, and it's washing out all the stuff that doesn't need to be in there anymore. Cleanse your brain. Brainwashing. It's a fun thing to do for yourself. It's beneficial for yourself, and it becomes fun. It truly becomes fun when you're aware. I'm washing my brain. I can't believe I used to listen to this. I don't say this anymore. This is what came out of my mouth. So wash your brain and watch your lifestyle change. Watch the new things come into your life. Make sure you do those 4 things we talked about. Okay, that's it for Coaching with Kori. Have a great day.